Alright, so I have a rudimentary model right now. I just finished it a couple of seconds ago, and I would like to give you a presentation of what it is able to achieve. I have prepared the Moby Dick reading here, and so it takes quite a while for the model to initialize, but I think in the meantime I'm able to also do the questionnaire with the user or something like that. And so we have a figure that is going to come up, which is a line chart that is going to measure the pupil to the inner eye distance, and the other one is my camera feed. Perfect, so I'm visible. As you can see, we have a number on the screen which measures if I'm looking directly at the screen, if I'm slightly off, like so, or if I'm completely off. Obviously, if someone's completely off, then that means they are not looking at the screen. It actually hurts my eye to look in this direction, so I can infer that the user is not looking at the screen. Now, this is what I would consider like a gray zone, where it might be looking at the screen. And also, if I blink, it says here that I'm blinking. Although the frame rate is right now quite slow, that's because of technical reasons, maybe because of the screen recording as well. But if I look dead on the screen, then you can see there's 1. And in the chart here, you can see that if I move my eyes from the left to the right, then you can see this nice pattern. And if I just look in one direction, it doesn't really change. So I would say that that's, dozing off, something like that. Either way, so the presentation that I would like to show you is that, let's only look at the chart for now. If I put it here, you can see that if I start reading, well, maybe I can also pull up the video so that you can see my beautiful face. So if I start reading, you're gonna notice that there appears to be a pattern in my reading, right? And it's always a rising type of pattern because we are reading from left to right, and I'm measuring the inner distance between my right pupil center and the right eye, like the inner, this part of my eye. So the pupil, the pupil and the eye center distance. So then I can infer that if the user is looking at the screen and there happens to be a rhythmic pattern in the data, right? So if it's going from left to right and there is a noticeable pattern to the way my eyes are moving, or at least they are moving. You could say that if they are moving, at least you're thinking about something. But if you're like looking at one thing and it doesn't really change for like 10 seconds, then that means that you lost focus. Or if you're looking at something else, then that means that you've lost focus. So this is what I would say my inference model could be, and this is what I think I'm gonna use. I think I ditched the idea of using emotion recognition, and the reason is that it just made everything way too complex, and it's very, very hard to infer that because someone is looking angry, or that because someone is looking fearful or happy or neutral. Most of the time people they seem to be having a neutral facial expression. What can I infer of that? Not much. And of course, for example, I have a rather angry face, as I've been told, because I don't wear my glasses, although I should. I have this expression on my face, and it turns out that the emotion detection always says that I look angry, although I'm not angry, I'm just trying to pay attention. So what does that infer? Not much. But the eye movements and the facial orientation does actually infer things, and I think that's a pretty solid line of thinking. But I would like to get your input on this subject as well. Thank you.